Greetings everyone, this is Captain Strange Life with a video response to Scott over at his channel Quest and Brownstar, and I'll try to leave the link down there when you click on the description for his channel. He did a video about his favorite covers, so I'm going to do a video response about some of my favorite covers, basically from the Bronze Age and Modern Age, and maybe a few from the Silver Age. I have a whole list of favorite covers going back to the Golden Age, but I couldn't do it all in one or two videos, so I'm just going to concentrate on the Bronze and Silver Modern Age, and there's probably a few Silver Age mixed in here as well. So to show you the very first one, let's go down here, and this is Big Bang Comics from Image. This is Big Bang Comics #1 from 2003, and the three things that make this cover interesting to me and why I chose it as a favorite are: #1, the powerful colors and costumes of the three main villains, and #2, the artist Mark Lewis, his obvious inspiration being C.C. Beck, who was the primary creator and penciler of Captain Marvel and the whole Captain Marvel family. And as you can see here, if you're familiar with Captain Marvel, we have Captain Marvel, Mary Marvel, and Captain Marvel Jr. And he even took C.C. Beck's likenesses of them. You can see it on their faces. It's pretty blatant, but it's one of those curious things that I saw right away. And the other curiosity are this group that's looking on in awe called the Knights of Justice, which is a as far as I can tell, a blatant lift of DC Comics Justice League, because over here we could see like a Superman archetype, and then there's a woman archetype over here, and this looks this guy's a speedster like the Flash, and then over here is something similar to the Golden Age Green Lantern. So we just have a whole cover that's full of other people's properties, so it was kind of interesting to me. And the second cover, one of my favorites, more recent, is the Amazing Spider-Man 617, The Gauntlet, featuring the Rhino. Now there were several different variants on this, and this is, I think, the last one. I mean, I might be missing one, I'm not sure. But just look at these eyes. These eyes look so sinister, so horrible, that it would be enough to terrify me into using all my bodily functions in reverse. But that's just a cool cover, and just imagine this cover in 3D. This would be such an awesome cover in 3D, and I am talking to Marvel here. If you're watching this, which I highly doubt, give us a poster in 3D. Then I have another one of the variants over here. I'm going to try to show you all of these at side by side if that's possible. And then there's this one, which was, I think, the first one. There might have been 4 variants here, I'm not sure. But here you have just the white variant with a crack in the wall, and then the Rhino starting to break through, and then he breaks through almost all the way here. But I bought 2 of these white ones and had the white variants, and I had one done at C2E2 by Billy Tucci. He did a cover for me here with the black cat breaking through the wall, and it's just kind of cool. That's why I love these covers. And he signed it for me. I've probably showed you this. He signed it right there. I showed you this cover before, but never like this with all three. So that's kind of cool. And next one is Marvel Super Special number 22 with a cover by Jim Steranko, Blade Runner. And I just love this cover because it's so retro, 1960s. It looks like it could have been taken straight out of a 1965 version of a spy film. And at those times, there was an espionage craze, that started with 007, that spawned other movies, the Mad Helm series, and the In Like Flint movies. And then, of course, on TV, we had I Spy and The Man from U.N.C.L.E., and all this is just harkens on to that era and that time. Just a cool cover by Jim Steranko. And the other reason why I like this book, actually, is because it is inked and penciled by none other than Al Williamson, and with assists by Carlos Grayson. But Al Williamson, the primary penciler and inker in that book. And staying on the theme of espionage, I think that whole espionage craze back in the 60s also inspired Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. And this is another beautiful Jim Steranko cover. One of my favorites. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 1. I probably showed this before too, but it's a 9.0. I'm going to show it again. And there's something for Scott over at his channel, Quest and Brownstar. I know he showed this first, but that's too bad because it's also one of my favorite covers. Rock and Rule, Marvel Super Special number 25. And I have a kind of a curious question for all you Canadians out there. At least in 1983, when this book came out, Rock and Rule, the animated film, was copyrighted by an organization called the Canadian Trust Company. If somebody can tell me what the heck that is, Canadian Trust Company, I'd be very obliged. Next cover I have is Wolverine number 55. This is a variant by Greg Land. This is just an awesome cover. I think Greg Land signed this. Just look at that. That's an awesome cover. With the decapitation of Sabretooth. Beautiful. Signed by Greg Land. Next one is X-Men Phoenix Endsong number 1. This is also a limited edition. This is 77 out of 999, signed by Greg Land. Okay. Beautiful cover there. Next, I have "2001 Maniacs." This is a variant cover of, they call this the blood red foil. And the movie, of course, starred Robert Englund. And, you know what? Bear with me for a second. I got something else here to show you that goes along with that comic. I forgot to put it in my reach. This poster came along with that comic. It was folded. And you can see the fold right there, which is right down the middle. It's too bad. But let me bring this thing down. And it's signed by Robert Englund over here and by Tim Sullivan. And let's see, Robert Englund and Tim Sullivan over there. So That is pretty cool, pretty awesome, huh? And the artwork is by a guy called Raulo, who did an adult series a few years back called Elizabeth Bathory, which was one of the most brutal adult comic books I've ever seen in my life. And I have all the issues of that, but they're so X-rated I couldn't show it on YouTube. Next issue I have is something of a curiosity. It's called Black Cat 13. And let me put this down a little bit further so you can see that. And this is by a guy called Scott Jackson, who's out here in central Illinois. I don't know exactly where. But yeah, he has a company and he put this together. And I just love the cover of this. It's all black and white. It's actually a comic book magazine, but it is a true comic book magazine because it's magazine size and has all, you know, comics in it. Also came with a CD. Then, let me get rid of that. The next one I have is another kind of a Black Cat cover called The Witching from Vertigo. This is number 10 from 2005 with the cover art by Tara McPherson. Next I have the Atom number 24, which is kind of curious because it's funny to me how he's about to get clipped over there. Snip, snip, snip. It's gonna go on my wall of strange because it is so darn strange. You know, he's growing greenery and he's about to get pruned. The next cover is the new Teen Titans Annual number 1. And I think this is from 1982. And I just love the cover. All the colors. I think he used watercolor or acrylics to do this, and it was done by George Perez. And Marv Wolfman was the writer, and they both signed it for me here. First signature you see there is Marv Wolfman, and then the longer one is George Perez. Pretty cool. Love this. Nice cover. Let me move some of these away. Next one is Batman Dark Knight Detective number 6, The Last Laugh with the Joker. And this kind of harkens on to one of those old EC covers, you know, from the 1950s. You got a woman in bondage about to be branded, and a sinister figure in the background in the form of the Batman. Just love this cover. Next one I have is Batman Unseen number 205 called Mad Science. And this one is from, I don't know what year this is from, I think from 2005. Or no, 2009, what am I talking about? And then it has a great cover that also harkens back to the horror science fiction craze of the 1950s. Just cool, old-fashioned, retro type of science fiction cover. And that's about all the time I have right now, and I'm going to do a second video, maybe even a third one, because I got a lot of great covers to show you. So, this is Captain Strange Life saying thanks for watching and tune in again next time. Thanks.